Yeshua says to Peter, right, much to Peter's kind of dismay and kind of discomfort, he says to him the third time, Simon, son of John, do you love me, right? And Peter's a little grieved. Peter was grieved because he said to him the third time, do you love me? And what does Peter say to Yeshua? He said to him, Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you. Jesus said to him, feed my sheep. Now, is this just rhetorical? You know, like I might say to my wife, honey, I love you. And she might say to me, I'm sorry, honey, I love you. Do you love me? And she might say to me, you silly goose, you know I love you. You know everything. You know I love you, right? Maybe it's just with rhetoric. Maybe it's just wording. You know, it's just romantic language that Peter and the Lord are using with one another. You know everything, Lord. You know that I love you. But maybe it's a little more than that. Yeshua has a resurrected body. Maybe he does know everything now. Okay, you know, that's a little different. So it's with that context that we can begin to have this interesting discussion that if Yeshua knows everything, then how come, everyone already knows this verse, in Matthew 24, Yeshua's having this discussion about the end times. And he's talking about the signs that are going to precede his coming and the end of the age and things like that. And he talks about all these signs in heaven and things on the earth and the tribulation and all this stuff. And then it's within that context in verse 36, he's talking about the day of the Lord and tribulation and the day of his coming and things like that. Of that day of his second coming, he says in verse 36 of chapter 24 of Matthew, quote, but concerning that day, right, the day of the Lord, which is marked by trouble for the wicked and redemption for the righteous, but of that day and hour, no one knows, not even the angel of heaven, nor the Son, which is Yeshua, but the Father only. Now, wait a minute. Is this pre-resurrection or post-resurrection? Well, it's pre, so perhaps we can say he has pre-resurrection body limitations like all of us do, and therefore he doesn't know everything. He says only the Father knows all of these things. The Son doesn't know. So how do we reconcile Matthew 24:36 with John 16:30, where the disciples said, now we know you know all things. All right, so that's one of the first pushbacks that many people are going to have to saying, yeah, Jesus doesn't know everything. He's a human. He had information limitation, just like all of us as humans do. But wait a minute, in John 21, it was post-resurrection. His body was different. He could do things that ordinary humans can't do. Maybe maybe he got a memory upgrade. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he knew more now as a post-resurrection human than he did with pre-resurrection. Likewise, sister or parallel passage to Matthew 24 is Mark chapter 13, where Mark records same context, same discussion, end time discussion. Mark records in Mark 13:32, but concerning that day or the hour, no one knows, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. So it's nearly identical. About who knows about what's going on concerning that day. It's like I said, it's I think it's almost word for word. I'd have to go back and look at the Greek and see.